Imagine opening your mailbox on an ordinary morning and finding an aged letter. The envelope, yellowed with time, bears a stamp from another era, and upon opening it, you discover something extraordinary. The letter is dated 70 years ago. But the most shocking part isn't its age, it's the message inside. Words that completely change everything you thought you knew about your family's history. Before diving into the mysteries of this letter and its impact on one family, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with friends who love incredible stories. Have you ever encountered something like this? Let us know in the comments below. This story begins in a small town called Brookfield, nestled in the United States. Known for its tight-knit community and homes that looked straight out of a movie, Brookfield was the kind of place where everyone knew everyone. On a morning like any other, Helen Thompson, a woman in her 40s, found the mysterious letter in her mailbox. Helen nearly ignored the envelope at first glance. With so much promotional mail and bills piling up, it seemed like just another piece of clutter. But something caught her attention. The envelope was sealed in an old-fashioned way, with a postmark dated 1954 and a handwritten address she didn't recognize. Intrigued, Helen carefully opened the envelope. The contents were astonishing. Written in elegant cursive, the letter was signed by a man named Arthur. The text was an emotional declaration of eternal love. Arthur said he was leaving on a journey that could last years and promised to return to his beloved Evelyn, no matter what. He also mentioned a secret he needed to reveal to her in person upon his return. Helen, confused, had never heard of Arthur or Evelyn in her family. But the surname on the envelope matched hers, Thompson. With her heart racing, she decided to ask her mother, Clara, if she knew anything about these people. Clara, a 78-year-old woman, went silent for a moment as she read the letter. Her eyes welled up with tears. "Arthur was my uncle," she said, her voice trembling. "Evelyn was the love of his life. But he disappeared before they could marry. The family always thought he ran away or, worse." This revelation left Helen even more intrigued. How had this letter been lost for 70 years? And what was the secret Arthur mentioned? Clara explained that Evelyn had never married, staying in the town until her death decades later, never explaining what had happened to Arthur. Determined to uncover more, Helen began to investigate. First, she went to the local post office to understand how the letter could have been lost for so long. One of the employees, a man named Jim, explained that old letters are sometimes discovered in forgotten bags or boxes during renovations. "It's rare, but it happens," he said. Meanwhile, Helen started digging into records about Arthur and Evelyn. At the town's public archive, she found documents showing that Arthur had been drafted for war in 1954, shortly before his disappearance. However, there were no records of his return. On the other hand, Evelyn was described as a reserved woman who rarely spoke about her personal life. The search led Helen to another discovery. Among the documents was a photo of Arthur and Evelyn together, clearly in love. On the back of the photo was a message written by Arthur: "Never let anyone erase what we built." Curious about the secret mentioned in the letter, Helen decided to visit Evelyn's old home, which had been unoccupied for years. To her surprise, the house still contained furniture and belongings. While exploring, she found a small locked box hidden in a closet. After hiring a locksmith to open the box, Helen uncovered something that would change everything. Inside was another letter from Arthur, seemingly written around the same time as the first. However, this letter had never been sent. In it, Arthur explained that he had been offered a position in a top-secret government mission, requiring him to cut all ties with his old life. He confessed that he had accepted the offer to secure a better future for Evelyn. Helen brought the new letter to her mother, Clara, who became even more emotional. "So, he didn't abandon us," Clara said. "He did it for her." But the story didn't end there. With the help of a local historian, Helen discovered records indicating that Arthur was declared missing in 1956 after a mysterious accident at a military facility. The documentation was vague but suggested he might have been involved in scientific experiments. This revelation raised more questions than answers. What had really happened to Arthur? And why had the letter appeared after so long? Despite the gaps, Helen and Clara decided it was important to preserve Arthur and Evelyn's story. They donated the letters and photo to the local museum, where they were displayed as part of an exhibit on unsolved mysteries. The impact of the letters wasn't limited to the Thompson family. The story caught the attention of journalists and intrigued people around the world, becoming a phenomenon on social media. People shared their theories, ranging from supernatural explanations to postal system failures. Helen, however, believed the letter's emergence was a gift from fate. "It's as if Arthur was asking not to be forgotten," she said in an interview. Evelyn waited for him until the end. "I think, in some way, he managed to return to her, even if only through these words." The mystery of the letter that arrived 70 years later remains unsolved, but one thing is clear. It reunited a family, provided answers to a lost love, and left a legacy that inspires reflection on time, love, and the secrets we carry. And you, do you believe objects from the past can impact our present in inexplicable ways? Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more incredible stories like this.